নাগালেণ্ডে ক্রাইমস বেশি হই থাকিয়া খবর শুনি থাকিয়া নিচিনা মাইকী খান কাৰণে নাগালেণ্ড ষ্টেটটো ছেফ আছে কৈ কিনা এৱাৰ্ড পাদো এতিয়া বি এনেকা আছে নে নাই কৈ কিনা সৱাল উঠি আছে হৰ্নবিল টিভি ব্ৰা ইটোলা ওপৰ কেপিটেল সিটি কোহিমাতে এক্সক্লুসিভ গ্ৰাউণ্ড ৰিপৰ্ট কৰিছে আইবি চাব
तो इले रिसेंटली इंडिया ला इंडेक्स दे सबसे सेफेस्ट प्लेस फॉर वुमेन गुना ऑनलाइन थाइसे आरो इतु बिशी वायरल भी होना थाइसे मान सब भी इतु खबर हुनी ना तो बिशी प्राउड भी फील करताइसे हुइले भी इतु ला आयरनी दो की सुइले आजिकली विदिन अ स्पैन ऑफ 1 month से 3 weeks ला अंडर हे वुमेन folk ला अगेंस्ट दे मर्डर no हिले भी क्राइम no हिले भी असॉल्ट रॉबरी आरो abuse kan bi bishi wina ase to aji mahan hornbill tv yade ahina ase kohima de mahan public ke especially women ye tahan ye bi hudiwo tahan safe lagena nai because pula damde to hile sob manui kwa nishna it was one of the safest place but let's hear from the people what they feel about it so kwa nishna man sister ekta yade lok paina ase to let's hear it from her tai bi ki feel kore to kwa nishna nagaland do pula do safest place thaishna to ite apni han itu maikila against the rumors khan noile bi assault murder han ki hunina ase to apni bi ajikali nagaland de noile bi especially in kohima safe feel kore na kore
ajikali mui safe feel na kore kilole mui kam bara gorjai ramde किचो दो मुई फील करे मनम भी मुला पिछि क्रिशन भी लगे और लाइक अंधारा जगह जैसे कोले स्ट्रीट लाइट भी ना थी जाए जगह जगह देना तो गोर जाओ तमदी बिशी फिर ही जाए जिगली तो
अपनी इतु इतिया आजिकली न्यूज़ ते नोइले भी मीडिया दे सोशल मीडिया दे मान बिशी माइकी ला अगेंस्ट दे की हुआ से लाइक इफ टीजिंग हुइले भी मनोहन थान ये दुरीना बिया कम भी बिशी करे से तो इतु पुला और आजिकली ला डिफरेंस तो अपनी किन्या फील करे से इतु तो
पुला तो को कोले दो सेफ भी देश मुहानी नि किमान राति उछली कोहिमा दे नि बेरा परे मन डांगर बरा होली आजिकली को कोले दो इना नै होई जिसे
तो अपनी भी इतु कंसर्न अथॉरिटी नहोइले भी महला अलग डिपार्टमेंट्स खान नहोइले पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट के भी की रिक्वेस्ट को मन जाय इतु वुमेन सेफ्टी ला दे
ताहन भी चेकिंग करिना ना राति दे नि चेकिंग हम करना बेराइले शुबल होय तो को मन जाय
अपनी ला अकॉर्डिंग इनफ CCTVs नहोइले भी इनफ स्ट्रीट लाइट्स नाइ इतु क्वास ना तो इतु ला परि भी किबा कुइतो
होय मुई CCTV को भी दालियोले एनकरेज करो केले बोले আৰু কোমা CCTV তো থাকিছে গলে ইউজ না থাকিলা থাকি তো প্ৰপাৰ CCTV থাকিলে ভাল হ'ব
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ সো মান ইয়াতে ব্ৰাদাৰ একজন তাকে বি সব মানুহ জানি থাকিব তো তাকে লাকিলি মান ইয়াতে লগ পাইনা আছে তো লেটস হিয়াৰ ইট ফ্ৰম হিম what he has to say তো let me repeat the question Nagaland was considered as the safest place for women and Kohima has also been awarded the safest place for women to Kohima in a span of 2 weeks there has been a lot of violence and a lot of things that has been happening against the women. So what do you think? Is Nagaland still the safest place for women, particularly like Kohima?
See, at this rate of unaddressed issues, for example, porn addiction among men, for example, exposure to nudity online, for example, unemployment and idleness of the mind. When the mind is idle and the person has nothing to do, he or she automatically is going to find for ways to find stimulus to release that dopamine. And when a person is addicted to pornography, which is a problem that we are not addressing much in our society because it's still taboo. Mala ama baba kange porn, sex, ito la kotha kuro gule awkward ho jay do. Kotha kurole mun na thake. Ito address kurole mun na thake. Ito nimide ito problem ulai jay so human mind do curious thake. Just like they say curiosity kills the cat. Ina nisna curious thaka do ito sai gena sai na dawai nisna ase ito bi sai gena aro intense wala lage aro utula opore utu mota do unemployed ase eku kam nokore eku achieve kora noy kule do ito to try kore ina nisna wala jay do manu khan do to itu nimide itu societal issue mental issue ekta do ami khan address koro lage itu rate hi itu issue do bal ba address nokori na jawale ase kule do maiki khan nimide bi diktar ho women safety do giriwo that's why I'm saying at this rate it will be difficult of course the government is taking steps from their side. The last time I had a talk with a counselor under the Health and Family Welfare Department, she was also telling me that there is a specific niche within the government system for porn addiction, for porn addicts. But how many of us know about it? It's a problem. In the olden days, just today in my college, our professor was mentioning, I mentioned about this topic. So why is violence increasing against women? Isn't it an irony that us being awarded the safest place for women, now within a few weeks this is happening towards our women? That is very shameful. It's a disgrace for all of us as citizens. So my professor was telling me that in the olden days, the punishment do bishi strict থাকে তো তাই কোৱালা হিচাপতে আমি খান লা কন্যাক ব্ৰাদাৰ্ছ আৰু চাকাচাং আৰু আংগামী লাগা মাজুতে তো ৰেপ কাৰণে দূৰিছে গ'লে তো টিপ অফ দ্য নোজ কাটি দিয়ে কৈছে ব্ৰুটেল চ' পাৰ্মানেণ্ট স্কাৰ থাকি যাওঁতো মানুহ চব জানিব এইটো মতাটো ৰেপ কৰিছে তো একটা social একটা norm একটা তো থাকিছো তো মতা আমি ভুই খাই না থাকে মই না মাইকি কি না বিয়া কৰি দিলে মই কি এইটো আঞ্জাম হ'ব মই লা consequences তো এইটো হ'ব একটা ইনো ভুই থাকা কাৰণে in the olden days কমতি থাকিছে তো এনা হোৱাটো আজিকালি তো আমি খান নটিচ কৰাটো পানিশমেণ্ট হ'লে বি জেল যাব মানুহকে মৰা তাক লাভি মানুহকে মৰাই দিয়া লা কেছ বি বেল দি ওলাই যাছো তো তো এনা হোৱা নিমিতে মাইকি খান লাই না সেক্সুৱেল হেৰাসমেণ্ট এটা 1 সাল 2 সাল বইনা ওলাই যাব না আসলে তো এইটো এনিমেলছ খানটো এনিমেলছ মাতো এইটো হংগে তো এইটো এনিমেলছ খানটো মন ডাঙৰ वाला হ'ব তো আৰু আলাক মানুহ হান বি এইটো হানকে চাই কিনা মন ডাঙৰ वाला হ'ব তো এইটো নিমিতে পানিশমেণ্টটো বেছি ষ্ট্ৰিক্ট হ'ব লাগে বাল বৰা দুইটা সাইড বি চাব লাগে হয় and this should not be turned into a gender issue here. Some women would like to blame all the men. Some women say all men are potential rapists. Itu westernization laga negative impact. Feminism laga negative impact to ami khan la society da ai jado. Itu sai na beshi mondo kase. My appeal to the women as well as men is that we should not turn it into a gender war. We should look at this issue collectively because men and women they need each other. Like it or not, men and women have been living throughout civilizations and ages. To ina wado ito ke gender war na banai gene mota kanina ka ina generalize nokribi na ekjon manu chora asole sob manu chora ase ina noy do ekjon manu biya kam korisle sob manu biya kam korisina noy do magi can be false rape case ito accusations thaki jay do mota la life be destroy kori do but that doesn't mean that magi sob ina ase to iniga nisna mota an kumba rape korise mota an kumba sexual harassment korise na gushino mota an sob ikin hoy ito do moi appeal ekta ase ito ke gender war na banabi ito issue mental issue ami khan la state te thakadu ito ke address balba aro at the societal level at the family level at the church level also ito address koribi aro morom bra youth khan ke employment dibina employment nai kam kora no hoy manu du iko achieve kora no hoy life te ta la goals achieve kora no hoy kule do opai na ini inniga ideally buidam de do ito kan sawle mun jai jai do the temptation comes in an idle mind is yes a devil's workshop, right? So it attracts the evil temptations. So just like that, if opportunities are provided to the youth, if employment is provided to the youth, if the youths are busy, if the youths are productive, then I feel that the sexual harassment cases will also go down, as well as if we are educated properly. Yeah.
Okay, since you've spoken about gender war, so before the actual reason of Vihojona's death, a lot of people were also asking or blaming her, why was she out so late, until they found out that she was murdered in her house at 2 p.m. So there are a lot of speculations against women. If crime is done against women, the women are to be blamed. So do you think that the men should also be educated? So do you think that just not the women behaving themselves or like giving false accusations, the men folk should also be educated to be protectors instead of being animals, or like you said, animals?
Okay. So I think it should not only be men should be educated, but all should be educated to be kind, to be protectors. In case ekjon maiki mota kangi protector banawi na koina nohoi na maiki kangi protector, you can protect doesn't necessarily mean you have to go and physically fight. If you see someone getting teased, if you see someone getting harassed, you can be protective towards that girl or that woman, that lady, by dialing the right numbers, calling the police, being a whistleblower, direct public devi sorom khilai devi ena usually to ta na confidence bi giriwo aro itu na I think yes, late Vihojonu, what happened to her is deeply shocking. In fact, I was also there during the candlelight vigil, and yeah, I do not know her personally, but she was from the same batch as me during my bachelor years, and yes, not to some extent, we need to stop blaming victims. I myself, I heard this and that about her. taikile morise manukhan speculations koridam de manukhan ina hoise na ki ina hoise false rumor khana naga manukhan false rumor tai ineka thaka karne hoise tai ina ho karne hoise nole taikile na bahar apni kwanishna kile bahar jaise rati de are etu kinala society ase rati de maiki khan berao na pare gole de etike gor matibo paro can women call Nagaland home their home if they cannot walk out at night? So same should go for men also, because nowadays men are also not safe. You know, I want to share it with the audience also. Last year, one of my friends, he was out at night. He got attacked. He sustained an injury to his head. That turned fatal, and he passed away. It was a murder, clearly a murder case, but the family refused to investigate further on it, and then bury Kurdishan. So it is not mota be safe na do ratide. Mikey can be safe na. It do we acknowledge kore. We live mota be safe na. It do nimidem American society do it to change, mental change, heart bra change kro lage, mind bra change kro lage, heart bra change kro lage, atma do change ho lage, sapha ho lage. Inega azuguli do Mikey can hobi, mota can hobi, kun hobi. No one should fear to roam outside even at night, because if they consider that place to be their home. Nagaland, Kohima, as much as Kohima belongs to the Angamis, Kohima belongs to all the Nagas. I'm from Pek district. As much as Pek district belongs to the Chakasangs, it belongs to the rest of the Nagas. Ito mentality ekta thakina, and if we are to call this place our home, then I feel I express my thoughts very intensely that everyone should feel safe to come out.
Thank you so much for your time. Okay, man. Yede tik market ekta chuli ase, so we have just met one sister. Aro tai kwala hisapte do she's from Chumu. Let's hear it from her. Kwanishna Nagaland do it was considered the safest place na in the recent index. Aro especially Kohima do award bhi paise safest place for women guna. To apni idu 1 month la bitore man bishi women la against the murder hui, abuse hui, aro tahan ge mari dina, assault korina, puisan chor koria la bi asna. To apni kina feel kore ajigili, like coming to Kohima, do you feel safe enough?
It's like 50-50. Maybe recently the news te mohambi yate na thakili news channel kande sob ajigali do na pai jaye to mohambi update to hota latest the update to side ke to inaga gora do I feel like any mohambi ina side ga do alop secure feel no kore pila do ini moi han ko te jaile bi ki kurshi guli we are so like free bird ektan china birai dagi china holibi ajigali do news kan inia kan bishi hunia do alop secure na lage bahar kan de rati kan hui jaishu gule do na means man friends kan lo na thaki chugule ekla kiba kam kan nimde freely bi krole na para ho jaisi na maiki kan ya play an jao gule ki to late ahi jaye ki to gari na pa ho jaye na time de short distance kan de jaishu gule bi alop secure feel na ho sho.
To apni idu ini rati de kwanishna kam ba he dam de noili bi programs kan wa he dam de. Do you think there are like enough street lights? Kunba colony kan de do rasta chutu han bi thage to apni ki feel kore na itu?
Acha ni government ba do direct aigena help to kruli na parlu che colony de hulibi to leaders kan rakhi digina asu na to tai kan bi to side level street lights no issue kulibi CC camera TV kan itu like camera kan insert kan kurigina thakishe kole aro like man police force kan bi to choto bi to no hoido na ini parishi kushu gule do like petroleum duty kan ini rakhi tai kele itu kan bishi balo ni gi koi kana bi baba.
Last ekta question hodi bode aro mohan itu ini mohan especially motahan ge noina maiki han ge bishi mana kore na rati de na berawi noile bi tade na jawi safe noy to apni ki ko itu de maiki han la galti is na itu motahan ge he balwa educate korole lage itu society rawi, because usually victim ge blame kore na rape huilebi ki huilebi ta he rati de berai thaise noile bi na ta he kapra khata lagai thaise ina bishi koi do to itu la debi apni ki koles na.
Actually itu man bacha tande bra ini ma baba ambra motahangi bi educate to grow lage itu la knowledge de diwo lage shile na maiki khan ge hi bishi bahar na jawlela itu na kurulela late na hulela kapra khan la de sob de maiki khan la pode koile bi ma baba ambi itu laga jani gena like bot mota maiki ki bi equally educate itu bale la do kuri dishu ko shugla I guess iman tok to no hobole takishini gi
Okay, thank you so much for your time. To mahan yade hudina ahyadam de yade sister dujun bi itu la de kotha koro korna ahina ase. To kwanishna Nagaland ile safest place for women thaise aru Kohima do award bi paise safest place na. To ajikali 1 month la bitore man bishi cases murder, assault, robbery, maiki la against ahyala dikhi ase. To apni an bi safe feel kore na kore ajikali Kohima de.
Not anymore like those days na. Pila nishna do na hoise. We feel a bit scared to even roam na. Rati hui jishule, enya type hui jishule. So we prefer to go home early na. Like after 8 in our pichu though we find it a little like any bui lagi jay na enya type.
Yeah, same na. Safe no hui dishi dia do na ina feel kore, and that mombi YouTube come they stop because they that women are not safe anymore na. To government will be more strict like han colony han de will be or like town de will be or bishi delay about more CCTV cameras na. We don't take shibule develop to save for ne ki ne ase.
To mohan konishna bishi wala do victim na mohan maiki han ge kiba kiba ule do mohan ge blame kore like rati de kunwa berawi kushe nohilewi kunwa kaprahan ina lagawi kushe kuna mohan itu do huni thake victim ge bishi blame kore. To ki lage apni bi itu maiki han la galti is na itu mota han ge educate kore lage.
For that educate na idu kuro lage ne ge na sob manuwi ni kushi kushi na birai kam thage komadu late hours bi kam thagi jai to ina kuna late per wala wo ina bi thage na to idu baki han la galti do no hoine ge idu do mutambi idu do jani wo lage na. Yeah.
So last ekta question like government wa ki kuro parwo to make us women folk na feel safer. To kwanishna pula do ini khushi khushi man bi kunba kam khan where will late night ahiliwi iko feel na kore ula ajikali do ini manuwi piche de bera nishna noiliwi kiba ekta ho nishna ekta dimak te du buhi jana. To apni an bi ki lage like government ra ki kurle man ye they can make us feel safer.
I think there can be like more street lights and yeah, pretty much that's it I guess.
CCTV cameras of course na.
Thank you so much for your time. Okay, we will ask another sister here what she feels about Nagaland being the safest state for women. So we know that Nagaland has been coined the safest place for women and Kohima has also been awarded the safest place. So do you feel safe in Kohima anymore now that a lot of assaults or murder has been coming up against women?
For me, honestly speaking, I feel like Kohima once being the safest place, now it's not the safest place because I've been hearing a lot of things from other people so that at night I heard that naked men are also roaming around chasing after girls and then like people are planes, honestly speaking, these planes people, I'm not criticizing or like anything, but then I feel like these planes over the or coming here in Nagaland, they're also creating a lot of disturb in our place. As we Naga people are, honestly speaking, I feel like we Naga people are naturally safe to our own people. But then, with the influence of the plants and with the influence of other mind peoples, I feel like Kohima is not a safe place anymore because of that.
When you go to your place in your colony, are there enough streetlights or CCTVs? Like, do you feel safe when you pass through a colony, like a small hallway or a small stairway?
For me, I stay in Jahama, and then there are not street lights. There are just houses, and then there's lamp in those houses, but no street lights are being provided by the government so far. But there are some 1-2 street lights, and then I don't think so they are working very well because the government are not looking at the job properly, and I feel like the government should put more into it about the street lights and all.
So one last question: what do you think the government can do to make us women folk like feel safer in Kohima?
I feel like the government should set up the police and all at night. For patrolling, keeping them on duty on some part of popular places like in here Central Plaza is very popular, and then I feel like many people are coming here at night, so I feel like they should keep on patrolling these areas, popular places.
To kwa nishna aji mohan itu Central Plaza de aina thaishe yede manu bishi jama hoina thaishe aro luckily yede ekta flea market bi chuli thaishe to kwa nishna yede employees kan noile bi manuhan yede customers kan ge mohan hudishe especially women folk to tahan la according do Nagaland do puila damde recently jundu safest place for women koina thaishe aro Kohima do ile award bi paina thaishe safest place karne to itu do tahan women folk to ile they don't feel safe anymore aro kwa nishna there are no enough street lights nohile bi CCTV do thagile bi it doesn't function. So we have asked a lot of people and they had all the same answers. So tahami government ke itui dorkar kuri ase ki people the concerned departments should go for patrolling, especially colonies khande corners khande kwa nishna street lights khan na thake to andhera de tahan bi berawole do duk pai. To mahan la sister ekta chumura ahia la tai bi itia recently Kohima de ahia do tai bi hudi thai shushe whether it's safe to roam or not. Aru kwa nishna is it the women folks fault or the men should be educated? Nishna tahan protectors nohina itia do tahani animals kan nishna women folk la against tahan assault nohilibi murder nohilibi robbery inya kurese. So this is a big question aru itu viewers kan bi itu question kurle mon jase ki whether you think that Nagaland is fit to be called the safest place for women or not. To aji karne ground report imani daise report to Yomi with camera person Yamlu, Hornbill TV, Kohima.